Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic and happy Thursday. I'm glad you're here. These Red Mic, let's try that again. These Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons I've picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mic message: suit up and show up. It's a salute to a man who once said, "When I get sad, I stop being sad and I be awesome instead." Yeah, it's not grammatically correct and it's not clinical advice, but it is the kind of audacious optimism the world could use more of. I'm talking, of course, about Barney Stinson. Yes, Barney Stinson, the suit wearing, laser tag loving, overly confident legend from How I Met Your Mother. Now, no one's holding him up as a pillar of the community or a moral compass. Let's face it, he had the morals of a raccoon in a candy store, but even in his ridiculousness, you couldn't question two things: his loyalty to his friends or his belief in showing up big. And he was always there for his friends through heartbreaks, career shifts, awkward family dinners, and even worse, disastrous dates. Barney always had their back. In his way, he always showed us that friendship isn't about being perfect, it's about being present, loudly, proudly, and always in a three-piece suit. And his audacity, well, it was legend. Wait for it. Daring. Barney didn't dip a toe into life. He cannonballed into the pool with a scotch in one hand and a pithy catchphrase in the other. He was allergic to playing it safe. He believed life was meant to be lived and not just observed. Even his irreverence had purpose. He'd shake his friends out of their comfort zones. He'd remind them not to take themselves too seriously. And who among us couldn't really use a Barney in our lives every once in a while, at least? Somebody who shows up with wild ideas, questionable plans, and an absolute belief that tonight's going to be awesome. Now, you don't have to be Barney Stinson, but you can take a page or two out of his bro handbook. Um, Show up for your people. Dare big. Laugh often. Suit up because it matters. And above all else, be loyal, be bold, and a little bit legendary. Barney once said, "Whatever you do in this life, it's not legendary unless your friends are there to see it." And that brings me to one of my two best friends, Scott Madsen, Scooter. Today marks 5 years since cancer took him from us. And, well, not a day goes by that I don't think about him. Scooter was the real deal. He was a better friend than I deserved. He was fierce in his loyalty. He was rich in laughter. He did okay in other wealth ways too. He was generous with grace. Um, he lived out loud, and he lived with a big heart. And yeah, he could be irreverent at time too. At times, he inspired the phrase that I close these red mic messages with every day: "Life is short. Drink the bourbon." Scott knew better than most, unfortunately, how short life could be. And he lived life like he didn't want to waste a drop. We never got to crack that bottle of bourbon that he gave me, or that I gave him, excuse me. Um, his sister was kind enough to give it to me after he passed. And the first crack out of that bottle, I gave him the first shot. Um, Actually poured it onto his grave site. And in the back of my head, I could hear him saying, "Dude, you're wasting it." So today, I'm raising my glass to Scooter, to friendship, to showing up, to living life like it matters, because it does. And that's today's Red Mike message. So go out there, be legendary, be there for your friends, be like Barney, be like Scooter. And don't forget, life is short. Drink the bourbon. Challenge accepted. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. I'll see you again tomorrow.